This is the prototype presentation for our POS system, StarkTouch, by Avengers Assemble. To start off, we're going to be looking at the self-service kiosk that customers will access upon entering the store. They will be greeted with a very simple UI, welcoming them to the restaurant, and two buttons. First button is accessibility settings, where they'll be able to access things such as high contrast mode and language settings. Once they hit begin order, they'll be taken to the selection screen. So first they're given the option to select the entrees that they'd like. In this case, we're going to select a single cheeseburger. Once we do that, we're taken to the topping screen, which allows customers to add various toppings that they want. In this case, we're adding tomato and pickle, which have been added to our cart. Once they hit confirm, they'll be taken back to the entree screen so they can select additional entrees, or they can just skip ahead to the sides. In this case, we're going to skip to the sides. So in this case, we're adding small french fries, no desserts, and a small fountain drink. Now, as these items are added to the cart, the subtotal, tax, and total are calculated each time to account for the added and or removed items. If a customer, say by accident, added a large sweet tea, in addition to the small fountain drink, they can come over, tap the X, and remove the item from the order. Once they hit review, they'll be taken over to the confirmation screen, where they'll be given one last chance to verify that their order is exactly as they want it. Once they hit confirm, they'll be taken to the payment screen. We've opted to ask customers for their name to give a more personalized approach to announcing that their orders are done. Instead of just saying order $5.99 is done, we'll say Kathy, order $5.99 is done, or order $5.99 for Kathy is done. Next, they'll enter their card information and hit pay. Once they hit pay, the order is submitted to the server for processing. Now, let's say a customer doesn't want to use the self-service kiosk, in which case they will go to the cashier so that they can help them. So this is the cashier terminal that we plan on designing, or that we plan on making. It's very similar to the self-service kiosk with the exception that there are no tabs here. The entire menu is just provided to you on screen to give a more streamlined approach to selecting what the customer wants. So much the same way that the self-service kiosk works, you can just tap on an item, say single burger with the various toppings, small onions, medium iced tea, and small ice cream, and they will be added to the cart. Again, subtotal, tax, we'll add a field here for tax as well, and total are all calculated every time an item is removed and or added. You have the option to remove an item up here. You can cancel the order and you can start a new order right up here as well. The cashier is given options to pay with cash, and then card information is stored here. However, everything is going to be obfuscated to prevent identity theft. Once the cashier hits confirm, the order is also sent to the server for processing. Now, the server is going to be a completely back-end solution with no GUI. Once it accepts an order, it's going to break it down into its individual components, so entrees, sides, drinks, and desserts, and then send them to the various terminals. So on the entree terminal, here we have orders 356, 357, 358. As the person making the entrees finishes the various parts of the order that they need to finish, so in this case a double patty with cheese and bacon, they would navigate to it using the arrow keys and then hit enter to mark it as completed. This information is sent to the consolidation kiosk, which we'll see here shortly. It's going to be the same exact thing with the side station, as well as the drink station. In our case, since drinks and desserts are two of the easiest things to make in a fast food restaurant, the desserts are typically stored in a cooler, and the drinks are typically, in a fountain dispenser. We've decided to mix them together. So this is the employee consolidation screen. Normally, each of these individual options will be grayed out, and then as the parts of the order are completed, they'll be marked as completed, so that the person consolidating the order can pick them out of the line, put them in a single bag, and get them ready to ship out to the customer. This is the customer-facing consolidation screen. So as an item is in progress, it'll show in this column here. So let's say, for example, order 124 for Kathy. her double burger with cheese, bacon, and onion is ready, but her medium sweet tea isn't. It will continue to show in progress until the person making, say, the medium sweet tea is finished with it and marks it as completed. At which point the consolidator will also mark the entire order as completed by navigating to these order numbers up here and hitting enter. And once that's done, the order will be moved over to the ready to go section, at which point the consolidator will either announce that the order is ready or the customer will be responsible for looking at the screen themselves. As far as what we have working so far, we have most of the self-service kiosk coded up. We are using Electron as the backend framework for this. And this UI right here is just my sort of dummy UI so that I can get a visualization of where things are going to go and how it's going to look. But it works in the exact same way as the images that we just looked at. So the customer would be asked to select what they would like. So in this case I have sandwiches and the items are populated. So let's say they want a regular hamburger, regular cheeseburger, and the option to add, pickles, onions, ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever will be added shortly. Say they want large fries and a medium salad, 2 slices of chocolate cake, and 2 medium fountain drinks. Let's say they accidentally select large sweet tea as well. Well, over here in the shopping cart where each of the items have been added, they would just select the delete button and it will be removed. Down here in the console I have the subtotal, tax, and total each being added as we add and remove items from the cart. I just have them here for now for testing purposes. Of course they'll be moved down here into the lower part of the shopping cart. That's about all we have so far. Next steps are to create the server so that we can have a globally accessible config.json file for the various items, as well as the menu file that will actually store all the information, such as the name of the various items we have, image, because each of those buttons that we just saw earlier are going to have an image displaying the product itself, its price, and then the various modifiers, so what you can add and what you can remove. So in this case, pickles, onions, and tomatoes. That's about all. Thank you for watching.